Hit it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Welcome, welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Welcome, welcome back. I am so glad you joined me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, my beloved kings and queens. My name is Joyce McTeer, and I'm coming to you all today with another Crafty Vision segment. Today, I'm coming to you all to show y'all how to make a copper wire bracelet using some seed beads. We're just going to be using some seed beads. For those of you who follow me, I did a haul yesterday on these seed beads that I purchased from Michael. So you can find these at Michael. You can get online and go to michaels.com, okay? Or you can go to the store and get these from Michael. So you're gonna need your seed beads, you're gonna need your round nose pliers, you're gonna need your wire cutters, you're going to need a dowel. Now this dowel is a 3/8 of an inch dowel, okay? So you're gonna need one of these. You're going to need your ruler, and you're going to need 2 pieces of copper wire. So the first piece of my copper wire that we're going to be using to make the base of the bracelet, this is 16 gauge copper wire, and it is 22 inches long. So your next piece of 16 gauge copper wire, because I am using 16 gauge copper wire, is going to be 30 inches. So you're going to need a piece 22 inches and a piece 30 inches. Also, now if you have some copper wire that is smaller, if you have 18 or 20 or 24 or 22, you can use that as well. But right now, y'all, I only have 16 gauge. So now you need your ruler to measure out everything, and I've already taken the liberty to do that. So the very first thing we're going to do is we are going to take our dowel, and I'm just going to move this here on the side. We're going to take our dowel, and we're going to take the first piece, which is 22 inches. And we're going to take our dowel, and we want to put our dowel in the middle, if at all possible, of our wood piece. So you want to just bring these 2 pieces up as close together as possible. Just like this, but you want to make sure that you want to try to have them be even. If not, don't stress about it, okay? All right, so this is what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna bring them together like this to try to make them even as possible. Now they may not stay even, but don't get upset about it. It's not a big thing, okay? Then you want to take this, put it in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop. This is going to help you to make your loop. Okay, so you have your loop here. What you're going to do, this is going to be done on a series of twists. So I'm going to take, and you're going to twist. Now, as you are going along, you want to twist this 60 times. Now, once you do it 60 times, it is going to equal out to be 7 inches long, okay? If you are making somebody wants this and they they have a smaller wrist, like if you're making a custom order, all you do is count out your twists. So for my wrist, I'm going to do 60. Somebody who has a wrist smaller than mine, you may want to do 50, okay? Just count your twists, because that's what's important. So I'm going to take and twist this one good time like this. And the one good time that I twist it is going to give you your loop. Now, I would advise you not to take this off. Try not to take this off until you have completed all of your twists. Okay, so I'm going to do 60. So I'm going to start counting. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, that's 3, this is 4, 5, 6. Now when you, in order for you to have a complete twist, you just want to take it all the way around and come back in the middle. Okay, so that was 6, this is 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what you could do, if you wanted to make it easier for you, you could do it in a set of 10s. You could count and then, you know, just do it in a set of 10s. So that was 10, this is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 that I have already done. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, that's 30. So this is what you're going to have. All right, so that's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So this is 40. And you can measure this out as you go along. And that's what I mean when I say. So I'm taking this off because I actually really want y'all to see that if you take your ruler and you can measure this out, if you are making this, if this is being custom made, right? This is almost 5 inches long. You do have people's wrists who are 5 inches, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, okay? You do have people who have really small wrists, okay? So that was 40. So I'm just gonna slide this back on. Okay, so that's 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. Okay, so that's 50. All right, so let me see where I'm at with 50, because I'm curious, y'all. So 50, yep, at 50, I'm at 6 inches. All right, so I need 10 more twists, and that's going to give me 60. All right, so that's 50, sorry, y'all. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. Okay, so this is 60. All right. Now I have made quite a few of these before, so that's pretty much how I know how many twists it actually take to make this bracelet. Okay. Now, this is what you're going to have, and you can smooth it out as much as you see fit. This is going to be a bracelet that have a latch on it. So it's going to be a latch bracelet. Okay. Now this is what you're going to have. Now let's measure this out and see if this is 7 inches. Yep. 7 inches right on the nose. Boop. Okay. So you just want to go in. Now, your twist doesn't have to necessarily be perfect. So don't worry about whether or not if they are perfect. Okay? You just want to make sure that you make a complete twist and you want to come back in the middle. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take whichever one of these pieces you want, and you want to push it up just like this, and you're going to take and wrap this piece around this piece. So you just want to come, let me see, I'm going to hold this over like this. Now these are 3-in-1 pliers, okay, that's flat in the middle, and I'm going to take these, hold it over like this, and wrap my wire around just like this. All right, you can do this as many times as you see fit. It's completely up to you. All right, and there you have it. Now I wrapped it about 3 times. Now you want to take, I'm gonna come over here and squeeze that in. You want to take your cutters and you want to come to as close as possible, okay? And then all you want to do is just go in and squeeze that in so nothing is sticking, okay? And this is pretty much what your bracelet is looking like. All right, so this is what you are going to have. Now what you want to do next is you can pick which side that you want to start with your second piece of wire. You can start down this end, or you can flip it and you can start down on this end. It's completely up to you. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start down on this end, and I'm going to take my wire, hold it over and onto my piece, and just wrap it, okay, just like this. And I'm going to wrap it a couple of times because this is 16 gauge. All right, so here we have it. Now I can't really do that because there's so much wire. Okay, so this is pretty much what we are going to have. Now I'm going to take and come here and squeeze these together if at all possible, which it was possible. Then I'm going to take this piece and just start wrapping that piece around a little more. Okay, and this is just for me to start the actual wrapping of the bracelet. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze that up. Okay, now I'm going to snip that extra piece that is sticking right here, just like this. Take that off. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding on our beads, okay? So my suggestion to you would be to use some thinner wires. Like I said, more than likely use some 20, 22, or 24 gauge wire, okay? Now I do have 20 gauge wire, but I don't have it in copper. I have it in silver, and I didn't want to put the two colors together. So that's why I'm pretty much using what I have. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding on my seed beads. So I'm going to come here. Now if you want to, you can do this according to the colors. You can put them on here according to your colors. It depends on what you want. So I'm going to be doing like a purple, an orange, a yellow, and then I'm going to do a red and a blue. And a blue. Okay. All right. So these are my 4 colors. You don't necessarily have to use a lot. You can use as many as you want. Okay. So now I'm going to bring them all the way down. They're going to come all the way down, just like that, on my wire. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make a loop right here, like loop it, just like that. And I'm going to wrap it 3 times. So that's 1, that's 2, and then come back over again, that's 3, actually 4 times. And then I'm going to end on the other side, so that's 4. Okay. All right, so that's what we're going to have. Then I'm going to add, I'm going to come back over to this side, and I'm going to add a blue bead. And some of these may not fit because the wire is a little thick. So got a blue one, and I'm going to go back with the red. Okay, I'm going to add a red, then I'm going to do a yellow, and then I'm going to do the orange, and then the purple. The orange and the purple. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do this the same exact way. Bring it all the way down. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to be on this side, and I'm just going to make a loop right here. Okay. That's what you're going to have, and I'm going to wrap this 3 times or 4 times until I get over to the other side. So that's 1, 2, that's 3, and that 4th time is going to bring me all the way over to the other side. Okay, and every time I do this, I'm going to go with the alternating colors. So the next color I'm going to start with is going to be purple. So basically what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead, to speed up this video, I'm going to go ahead and add and go straight all the way down, and so that we can get to the next part. Okay. Okay, y'all, so here is the end results of the wrapping. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the same thing that I did on this side. I'm going to do it over on this side. So I'm going to be going the opposite sides as far as doing this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this part up because y'all already seen me do it right here, and then I'm going to come back with the very last stage. Okay. Okay, y'all, so the next thing we want to do, once we've done all of that, and I do want to go over and tell y'all that once I started on this side with wrapping, I noticed that I was having like some of my pieces in between were not as big. The gaps was not as big for me to go, you know, to wrap it 3 and 4 times. So I basically did it. Some I did 3, some of them I did 2, and so forth and so on. Okay, so do as many as you see fit. So once you get down here to the bottom, you just want to wrap this around like this. Okay, once you wrap it around, you want to come here and snip this off. Now what you want to do is you want to mold this. So this is the back of your bracelet. This is the front of your bracelet, and all you do is come and you mold it just like this. You're going to be molding it, okay, just like this. Now when you get here, you're going to have to make yourself a loop. So basically what you want to do is you want to take, and you can put your wrists in here just to see how it's going to fit, but I think this is comfortable for me. Okay, so I'm going to take and come here, and I'm going to snip till about maybe right here. Okay, now what I suggest that you do is make sure you have yourself some sandpaper, because you want to sand this part down. All right, you want to sand this part down, and then you'll know whether or not if it's sand down really good, because if it's not sand down really good, it'll stick you. So you want to sand it down. If you have a block, you can go get yourself a block or a nail file, whatever you need to sand it down. Okay, all right, so that's good. So what we want to do now is I am going to make a loop right here, just like that. It doesn't have to be anything big. And you take that loop and you put it in there, and you finish adjusting your bracelet. Okay, and this is what you're going to have. This is your bracelet. This screams spring. Okay, let me put my wrist in here. There you have it. Copper wire. See, fits very, very well. It is comfortable, and just like I said, what you could do also, and this is just an idea, if you wanted to go and fill these in, you could fill these in. You could put you could put some stones or beads or whatever you want, but I don't have any really small gauge wire right now. I would have done that in this video, but I don't have any small gauge wire to show y'all how this would actually look with some beads in the middle. But here we have it. Okay, this is a really easy, quick way to make a gorgeous piece of a gorgeous bracelet using seed beads and copper wire. Okay, so with that being said, and just like I said, once you start twisting it, and once you want to make sure that the hole that you make is a nice size round hole, because I'm gonna tell you, I have ran into problems where I've used a dowel, and the dowel that I used was not a nice size dowel. This is a 3/8 inch of a dowel, and pretty much once you make this loop right here, the one thing about copper wire is this is 16 gauge copper wire. You can make a lot of stuff using 16 gauge copper wire. Okay, so I just wanted to come to you all really, really quick. This is how it looks. Like I said, if you are making these, somebody wants you to make it for them, and they want a custom order, because you can do this in many different colors, you can just go down the size, and as you go along, ask them what their wrist size is, and that way you got your ruler here, and all you do is you just count your twists. Real easy, real simple, okay? So I want to say thank y'all so very much for joining me, and until my next upload, peace and blessings, everyone. Y'all have a wonderful and awesome day. See ya.